Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Automotive Project Cars. Today, we're going to be putting the trim, the painted trim, back on the Mercedes-Benz C300. I hope it goes on smoothly and doesn't chip, let me tell you. But here is the finished product. It's dried for almost 2 weeks, and it came out pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. What we have to do now is put it back in the slots all along the windows. I have to pull the mirrors a little bit to get it on the bottom. If you saw the removal video, you can't do anything because it kind of goes up underneath this trim piece for the mirror. So you have to loosen the mirrors and pull them out a little bit. If you want to see how to do that, check out that video. But let's go ahead and see if we can't get it back on to get the look that I wanted. I'm going for an all blacked out kind of look on this car. I've done the trim along the bottom. I've also done the trim along the front. That little lip down there is now black. And also the badge on the back. I'll show you that real quick before we get into it here. There's the new spoiler, by the way. But I went black with the badge, and I haven't decided on this piece yet. We'll get into that later. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. There is a little bit of a lip on the front that fits in a little groove up here, so to kind of line it up a little bit, I guess. Because that was my concern. How do you line this thing back up so that you get it in there properly? And like I said, there is a little groove there, so it makes it a little bit easier, I guess, to know where you need to be. But now it's just a matter, I think, hopefully, of pushing it back in. So we're going to go ahead and start pushing. That looks to be really about it. Now we have to do the bottom piece, so let me go grab that. Okay, I got into this one and left you guys out. We'll catch you on the other side. But it just pushes down, that's it. It's that simple. You put it back in spot or in place, and then you just push it back down into the slot. It's pretty simple. It doesn't really move side to side, so it's not too difficult to mess up. It just pushes down, and I gotta say, so far I'm pretty impressed with how it goes back on. It's been really pretty easy, but now we gotta do the front part, and that could be kind of a drag because of that mirror. We'll see. Okay, on the front, there's a little lip here that you have to push back in before you push it up against the car. So it just kind of slips over the edge here. Which actually makes it easy to align. You really can't screw it up. It's either on or it isn't. Looks pretty good to me. I can't push it any further. So now I should be able to start pushing it in, and then we have to loosen the mirror to be able to do that bottom part. At least that's my hope. I'm a little conflicted as to whether I should loosen the mirror before I put this on or not. It does not appear that the mirror's in the way, and either way, you have to be able to have gotten the mirror on and off with the trim piece on, so I think I'm okay. Now I'm gonna see if I can shut the door, because I'd really rather push with the door shut, and to check alignment too. It looks to me like everything is aligned back up the way it should be, so we should just be able to tap it back into the slot. Or push. We're going to try to push first. The good thing about this is it wants to go in. So I think I have it mostly in now. I am going to tap on it a little. And it appears to me it is in. So now I have to loosen the mirror, and we're going to tackle that bottom part. Okay, I got it on. It wasn't fun. There are a couple of little scratches I'm gonna have to take care of. I'll show you that in just a few minutes. Okay, we've got all the trim on. A lot of fingerprints on it, I must say. Full disclosure, I do have a couple scrapes I have to touch up. There's one there, maybe a little one there, maybe a little right there in the corner. The rest of it came out pretty well. If we look at the other side, a few more scrapes. This side was much more difficult for some reason. I don't know why. Got a little bit of scrapage right here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. A little bit there and a little bit right here. Otherwise, it came out really well. I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to touch up the spots. I do have to put the tweeters back inside on the other side of the mirrors, and then we'll take a final look at it. Okay, it's all done. Everything is buttoned up. The speakers are back where they go. The mirrors are back where they go. And I did touch up the areas where it had scraped a little bit. We'll let you take a look at that. You can see right along here. Hopefully you can't see where I touched up on camera because I can. I did shine the car up a little bit, by the way. You may notice it looks a little shiny. Over here, there was a big one right there, which I'm sure you can probably see on camera. A little down here. And that's really about it. Otherwise, it did come out pretty good, I think. My only disappointment in the whole job, other than the scratching, is the way this trim piece fit back on here. It's not quite as snug as I would like it. I don't know if anybody would notice it to the naked eye, but it's just not perfect. Anyway, that is the conclusion of the trim blackout, the window trim blackout on my Mercedes. There's one more piece. I'll show you that real quick. There's one more piece that I haven't decided whether or not I'll do anything with, and that is back here across the back. I may or may not. My thinking is because there is chrome still in the front and the door handles, of course. Haven't decided about those. But it matches up pretty good and kind of ties the whole car together. So we shall see. Another thing I'm thinking about doing is going old school on the emblem here, getting the old raised star. I really do like that. This is cool, but I think it'd be kind of neat to have that old-fashioned star on the front. So I'm kind of looking at doing something with that. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I will put some pictures at the end out in the wild so you can see what it looks like in the bright daylight. But let me know what you think. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about Jeep Gladiators. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And don't forget, click the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.